All right. I'm going to try to elaborate a bit more on what I already introduced this morning. I hope that you attended the speech that I gave introducing FI-Ware, FI-Lab, and FI-Ops as the pillars of the Future Internet initiative that we are running. I guess Mauricio is going to elaborate further about FI-Ops in his speech. So I'm going to talk a little bit about FI-Ware and FI-Lab and how we are, how it's going with the experiences that we are running regarding usage of both the technology and the FI-Lab as an ecosystem for smart cities. So both things together are actually what we believe is a winning value proposal to smart cities. An open standard platform is relevant as such, not only because it will help cities to be able to avoid getting locked in a particular vendor, which is always something that is nice to avoid. But it is also about increasing the number and the size of the community of developers that might be creating applications for the city. We have to think that when we are talking about smart cities, we need to bring into place something that where not only the big players, the big integrators and so on are going to be the ones that will be able to deliver and to produce the nice applications that the city can put in place and offer to its citizens. Actually, we need to involve entrepreneurs and really enlarge the size of the community of developers targeting creation of smart cities applications. And that is what we believe will boost the creation of smart cities. An open standard platform as such is not just about avoiding vendor login, I insist. It's also about creating a rich, wide community of developers. Similarly, as it has happened with when people has been able to develop applications for smartphones because there was a standard platform available. But beyond that, we believe that creation of an open innovation ecosystem around cities is what finally will make the difference. And the two things combined is what could be really the silver bullet we are looking for. I'm not going to elaborate so much about what smart city platform based on FI-Ware may look like, but this is just a diagram that could be used as a reference. And it indeed already brings a number of generic enablers from FI-Ware and that can be used in almost every city to really materialize the concept of smart city. Smart city platform as such, and that is our vision in FI-Ware, is something that first of all is modular. So this means that you don't have to set up and use everything in FI-Ware for actually being able to develop your first smart city applications. But very importantly, it has to be non-intrusive. Many cities we have to face this, some systems already in place. Those vertical silos that we were talking about, they may have a parking solution or a garbage collection solution, whatever. But the important thing is that all those solutions may have data that may become relevant when trying to develop future applications and when trying to boost innovation around what's happening in the city. So really, one of the things that FI-Ware can be used for is to create a platform that can work as a kind of the data hub of the smart city. The place, the set of enablers on which all data that is relevant about the state of the city is brought, and that helps to not only be able to govern what's going on in the city and monitor the performance of all these vertical applications that could be already in place, but will allow future applications to be developed exploiting that information and enabling the creation of application by third parties, because that is another concept that we introduced, the ability of making some of this data about the city available as open data for developers to create innovative applications. That introduced another very important concept, that of creating multiple or supporting multiple business models. There might be cities that may be willing to buy an application and then offer it for free to their citizens, therefore making a deal with an application developer. But we have to be ready to support models in which what the city will do is provide the data that will enable applications to be there and allow those entrepreneurs that are developing nice applications using that data to make business out of it. Why not? If that really brings value to the citizen, and then the city just is using the data as an enabler of businesses, opportunities, and innovation in the city. And this is what we may try to do in FI-Ware. But again, it's not just the technology. It's about creating the ecosystem. And that is what we are doing with FI-Lab. Let me try to elaborate it a bit further compared to what I did this morning. What is the kind of ecosystem we aim to build? First of all, we always had clearly in mind that in order to make this happening and be a success, we had to create the incentives for all the stakeholders. So we want to engage cities, we want to engage entrepreneurs, but how can we achieve that? Clearly, the answer is that there should be a win-win, all right, for all the stakeholders that are involved. So what is what we are achieving by setting up FI-Lab and starting to boost development of smart cities applications in that environment for entrepreneurs? First of all, the fact that there will be open data offered by the cities that are connected to FI-Lab that they can use to develop applications that can really, rely on something that is real. And anyone that has developed an application know how important it is. How important it is to have real data for a real city so that you can design your application properly. Second, the ability to build a showcase, which, if nice enough, is going to be supported by us so that it can become a permanent showcase, therefore allowing that entrepreneur to achieve something that is very difficult for many of them. How I can show what I know or what can I do with the data to potential cities that could be a target customer. That is really, really a big barrier for many entrepreneurs. If we create an environment where they know they can not only develop an application based on real data, but can host a permanent showcase they can show to the cities, that is really a big incentive, something that neither the Amazons nor the Googles are providing nowadays. And very interestingly for them, the cities will be there looking at what's happening with the data they have brought to the environment. So that will really lower for them the barriers to connect to the target customers. If we take a look at what could be the advantages for the city, are very much related with what I have just said, is kind of the other side of the coin. Cities, believe me, at least those I have been had the opportunity to talk with, are eager to find entrepreneurs that can showcase then what they can do with their data. And they are really eager to get surprised about what nice things can be done. So it's a way, it's a meeting point where they will be able to connect to the entrepreneurs. That meeting point they didn't have before. They will, of course, have some sort of visibility promotion. That's something that you can imagine cities also very like very much. And really importantly, they will be able to put their data at work and take advantage of standardization of applications that may come as a result of natural competition that may exist among entrepreneurs. That is the ecosystem we are trying to create. And this is what we have been able to set up and starting to explore. Just let me give you one example to be very concrete on things that are happening in this environment. There are a city that was publishing data on FI-PPP. They have worked with one local entrepreneur in building an application that will allow citizens to act as sensors with their smartphones. But there was another entrepreneur that had developed a very nice application that is useful for taxi drivers to find out where is the best place to go with the taxi to capture customers in the next 20 minutes. And the difficulty for that entrepreneur is to sell this application to the taxi drivers, because the taxi drivers do not want to spend much money in things, right? But then they found a deal because, and why? Because both the city that was developing this smartphone sensor application and the smart taxi entrepreneur meet together in that meeting point, which is FI-PPP. And they realize we can make the following deal. I can buy you the city, I can buy you the application so that we can offer that for free to the taxi drivers, which lowers to you the barriers of getting into the customer, because I'm paying for the application, not the taxi driver. But in return, I will ask the taxi driver to run my application, my sensor application, on its smartphone. And that way, while he's driving, I will be able to capture where in the roads there are bumps and stuff that I need to repair. So I have transformed all the taxi drivers into sensors of my city. And this is the kind of innovation we can boost and launch with such a meeting point that didn't exist before. I can elaborate on many other examples that just wanted to make just a short introduction, and Monique is pushing me to finish, so that's all. Thank you very much.